going on? What you guys doing? I'm not even sure where to start. It is a busy week. That's for sure. It is a busy week. We got to talk about Ryan Garcia, Javier Fortuna, taking place this Saturday on the Zone. We got to talk about Arnold Barboza is fighting this weekend, Top Rank on ESPN. Like they need to push him a little bit more. Like it's about time he needs to fight for a title. But I guess we should start off with the fights of this past weekend. For example, Ray Vargas defeating Mark Magsayo. And I seem to have ruffled some feathers by just stating the facts. I put out a tweet here. I'll show you. I put out a tweet the night of the fight, basically after Ray Vargas had defeated Mark Magsayo. And I just was sitting there thinking like, damn, showing Gibbons, all his like Filipino fighters lost like their belts. So people started taking that shit real personal. But is it not true? Like in the okay, let me show you my tweet. Let me show you the one that ruffled some feathers. You know, I got motherfucking top rank executives and shit trying to cuss me out. So look, is this not a fact? Here, let me pull it up on the screen before we do a deep dive. So look, is this not a fact? Is this not a fact? And is it disrespectful? Was I not like, you know, did I disrespect anyone? I was just tweeting. So if you don't know who Showan Gibbons is the jittery guy that manages, promotes, or whatever the hell he is for fighters like Manny Pacquiao, Jerwin and Cajas, John Real Casimero, Mark Magsayo, Isaac Cruz. So I posted, Showan Gibbons stable of fighters lost all their belts in less than a year. Pacquiao and Cajas, Casimero, Magsayo, geez. But then, you know who this guy is? Where they at? Where they at? Where he at? Did he block me? Did that bastard block me? I think he blocked me. Well, anyway, some top rank. Oh, here he is. So look, this dude, from my understanding, he is the what is he? Is he a matchmaker for Top Rank? So look, I'm gonna read it in a sassy voice. Look who they had to fight. The big money is over here, not at home. So Showan has to take them in the road. Manny would have fought Spence and lost, but got paid well. Had to settle for Ugas and less, but promoter give him a choice. Showan has a talented stable. Do you? No, motherfucker. I'm not a motherfucking boxing promoter. Like, why was he so... Look, 1 o'clock in the morning. What was up with he? But anyway, let's talk about the Filipino fans. Let's talk about the Mark Magsayo fans. So now listen. Is this not factual? Is this not factual? Where Filipino fans, they're not like all year round boxing fans. And I know I've been covering them for years. In fact, I did a video, my Mark Magsayo. For those who were here during the live stream, you guys went viral. Congratulations. See, I'll show you what I mean. You guys went viral. So remember, during main events of boxing streams, during main events of boxing events, I go live during the main event. So this weekend, for those who hung out, we had a nice like turnout, you know, this weekend. And currently right now, this video is on 178,000 views or so and counting. So yeah, if you guys want to join in on the fun on weekends. So basically, here's my streaming schedule. I was late today. I got like some big time major legal fees, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about I had to pay $3,800 like 3 weeks ago. I got to pay $2,500 this Friday, $3,000 on the 12th of August, and then another likely 3,500 by the end of August. Legal fees are beating the shit out of me. But anyway, that's the cost to be the boss. You know, I'm the A side, and I'm winning. But the point is, I apologize for being late. Normally, my streams are supposed to be at on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern. The reason why I choose that schedule is because Mondays I'm just busy, like busy as shit, and I'm still recovering from the weekend. For example, I covered boxing on this past Saturday, July the 9th, from about 9 a.m. until about 2 a.m. or so. I'm talking about like straight through, took a shower, sometimes TMI, sometime after the Chisora card, came back. And so basically Saturdays I dedicate to boxing. So I have to take Sundays and Mondays off to get my shit together. But if it is a big, significant, major fight, then I'll stream on Mondays at 6 p.m. So Tuesday, 6 p.m., Thursday, 6 p.m., Friday, 6 p.m. Thursdays is normally when press conferences are. So I'll stream the press conference, and then we'll recap and talk about everything 6 p.m. later on in the day. Same thing with weigh-ins. Unless it's like a top rank event or something like that where they do the weigh-ins like 5 o'clock, like Canelo, Golovkin, they do weigh-ins that late. We're going to be streaming, at 6 p.m. or so. I'm going over weigh-in results. Tomorrow, early in the morning, I'm going to be here covering the 150.
How dare you?
How dare you, Mario? Thank you for the $2 legal fees. Listen, any little bit of help, like for real, shit's whooping my ass, like my ass. Like I got my retainer agreement over there. But anyway, in the morning, I'm gonna say in about 12 hours or so, we're gonna have a WBO title fight at 115 pounds between Kazuto Ioka and Donnie Nietes, another Filipino fighter. Donnie the Draw Nietes. He's got 6 draws on his record, but we're going to talk about that later on. But in the meantime, let's jump right into things with my man Mark Magsayo and Ray Vargas. Now, let me tell you this. Earlier on the card, you had Brendan Figueroa beat up Carlos Castro. He's now competing at 126 pounds. Remember, he got that loss to Stephen Fulton earlier this year at 122. So now he is the WBC mandatory at 126 pounds. So it's looking like if we would have ever see a Fulton versus Figueroa 2, that it would have to take place at 126, I'm guessing. Remember, right now, Steve Fulton has the WBC and WBO. Did he get the ring? Does he have the ring at 122 as well? I don't believe he does. Well, anyway, it's looking like there's going to be a high chance we're going to get Ray Vargas taking on Brandon Figueroa sometime maybe later on this year, if not the beginning of next year. And to be honest, I have Brenda Figueroa beating Ray Vargas if they were to fight. Why is that? Mostly because what I've seen from Ray Vargas, his power is questionable at 126 pounds. Remember, it's only his second official fight. This past weekend was only his second official fight at 126 pounds. So maybe he's got to kind of grow into it a little bit, I guess. But I'm not confident, that Ray Vargas can beat a Brandon Figueroa, especially when we see what the no game plan Mark Magsayo had to do. Oh, thank you, Dallas. It hasn't popped up on the screen yet. Oh, because you didn't leave a message. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, and also thank you again, Mario. But I guess what I'm saying is this: I'm not high on Ray Vargas at 122 pounds. 126 is a pretty fractured division where it's going to be hard to see an undisputed champion because you have Ray Vargas, who's that WBC. Let me pull it up real quick. His mandatory is Brandon Figueroa. Let's pull it up real quick. The link to my rankings are down below in the description box. In fact, here, I'll put the link for you in the chat for those who want, to be able to check out your rankings. They're updated monthly in accordance to the sanctioning body. So, for example, Leo Santa Cruz, I don't know what's going on with the WBA because I'm going to have to do a video on this soon, and I can't stand the WBA. They make me so sick. Excuse me. They make me sick. They sicken me. They ordered Gilberto Ramirez versus Dimitri Bivol because they know that can happen because they're both on the same network, but they have been dragging their feet not ordering Leo Santa Cruz versus Lee Wood, and Leo Santa Cruz has held that belt for 3 years now, and they're supposed to be consolidating those belts. So something tells me they're going to try to sneak and maybe have Ray Vargas versus Leo Santa Cruz. They're supposed to be consolidating those belts. And remember, Josh Warrington, he's a Matchroom The Zone fighter, so we're not going to see him versus Ray Vargas or Leo Santa Cruz. It ain't happening. Emmanuel Navarrete, the WBO, he's fighting in a couple of weeks against in another bullshit fight, in my opinion. There's a possibility we could see Navarrete versus Josh Warrington because we do see that Matchroom and Eddie Hearn can work together for fights. But right now, my gut is telling me that the WB is on some bullshit. They don't want to order a purse bid between Leo Santa Cruz and Lee Wood. There's something going on there. But I do believe that we have a higher probability of getting Ray Vargas versus Brenda Figueroa next. And as far as Mark Magsayo is concerned, you know, there's something going on where Freddie Roach, he's just not, like, was Freddie Roach always like a smoke and mirrors type of trainer because he was like, he had Manny Pacquiao? You know, because as it stands right now, and I really wasn't even really impressed with his work with Miguel Cotto. You know, as it stands right now, Freddie Roach fighters seem to be really, really one-dimensional. And you know he has his assistant trainer that basically, you know, they are a duo between Freddie Roach and Marvin Samudio. But Mark Magsayo had no game plan. He just was headhunting. You know, he kept trying to lure Ray Vargas into a punch to where Ray Vargas, you know, won by, not by much in my opinion, but outboxing. Navarrete has always been with Top Rank. Navarrete has always been with Top Rank. His first fight with Top Rank, if I'm correct, was when he fought Isaac Dogbay. And I knew he meant business when he showed up in like this big ass coat and like a Scully on. You know, like you could tell he just never been to America. Like he just was ready. But anyway, if the fight was to happen again, Magsayo versus Ray Vargas, I see Ray Vargas winning again. You know, to be honest, I think that he would be able to improve. Now, Mark Magsayo, you know, a lot of people feel, and they even talked about it during fight week, that, you know, Gary Russell Jr. was injured. I don't think that Mark Magsayo beats an uninjured, you know, you know, unfortunately, Gary Russell did lose his father, but I don't think that he would beat him. You know, I don't think that Mark Magsayo can beat a healthy Gary Russell. And I don't think that he can beat Ray Vargas, you know, if they were to fight again. But you have the Filipino fans running around raising hell. And if you don't know, I've been dealing with their asses for years. What they do is they disappear. Like they get like real dormant, kind of like Pennywise. And then, you know, when one of their fighters gets like an upset or loses, they just come and just take over the internet. They come and take over boxing YouTube. And they just start going buck wild crazy in comments and shit. You know, like crazy. So they've been whooping my ass. Like, and you know, and being a YouTuber is not easy. We do have to deal with a lot of abuse, you know, from a lot of the viewers, calling you all kind of names and shit. And I'm a human being. You know, like sometimes that shit hurt when I'm sitting here scrolling like, and I'm reading the comments and I'm like, oh, why would you say that? You know? But yeah, also we've noticed about Mark Magsayo is, yes, don't ask me, you know, sometimes he doesn't look good. For example, what fight was it when he was getting outboxed? Was it against Seha and he needed the knockout? I haven't heard Paktar in a long time. I haven't heard that in a long time. But yeah, bro, it's gonna be interesting to see where Mark Magsayo goes from here. Does he move up? Or does he stay in the division, and try to work on getting a rematch? But you know how they're going to do. They're going to do the rebuilding, part with him. I wouldn't be surprised if he even moves up to 130 pounds. For really being honest. It was Seha, wasn't it? But yeah, in my opinion, I think that maybe he should explore a different trainer. I don't know what type of pack that Sean Gibbons and MP Promotions have with Freddie Roach. But as you can see, Freddie Roach don't be doing these fighters no good, bro. Like, this is no disrespect to the legendary Freddie Roach. But remember, I hate to say it like this, but we're not here to suck cock. We're here to tell you the real boxing news, and I'm here to give you my opinion. And from what we've been seeing, like, I'm not going to media shill. Like, Freddie Roach fighter's been looking real suspect, bro. And I'm thinking, like, is Freddie Roach really, like, in it like he used to be? He has the disability. But sometimes, his fighters be looking like shit. Is that a crime? Is it a crime? Lock me up and throw away the damn key. So yeah, what's going on before we move on to the next topic? What is the next topic? Oh, we got to talk about Spence versus Crawford. Then we're going to talk about Ioka versus Nietes, and then we're going to talk about the Broner Figueroa card that's been announced. All right.